Wait, is this clickbait?
Yes.
Because I really want to tell you about the trick that F1 cars used that made them sound more special. There is a way to turn exhaust noise into something more like music. And until today, it has been somewhat of a secret.
Show them the rubber hose.
No, they are not that.
Show them.
Just a moment, before we get started, I really want to show you this rubber hose.
That looks so stupid, nobody's gonna click that.
I would click that.
With the clickbait nonsense out of the way, let's get started. How F1 sound is made. Remember this? This bouncing noise of this
That was one of them, but it sounds probably not how you remembered it. I think this one sounds a lot more like what you had in mind. This is the F1 sound, I mean. I figured out how they made that, and I can also tell you when. Roughly between 97 and 98. From one year to the next, even the sound of the V10s was taken to another level. And it was exactly the change I was looking for. But I only came looking because I was trying to figure out the secret behind this 8-into-1 header that has the same kind of musical exhaust node. At first I thought this is the result you get from an 8-into-1 header. 8-into-1 headers are already a cheat code for crossplane V8s. They even out the exhaust pulses like you would get from a Ferrari. But this one is extra special. It has a built-in sequential firing sequence just like a revolver. Most people don't do that. But I did. No. We did. But not on a V8, no. A V12. And it sounds nothing like that. And I was so sure it would work this time. This time? Yeah. For 9 years I've been trying to figure out the secret behind this musical exhaust sound. Back then I thought this was easy, but 9 years later, nothing made sense anymore. Let me show you what I mean. Here are 4 equal length 8-into-1 headers, all with the sequential firing sequence. But only 2 get that musical exhaust sound. Can you tell which one? It's not these 2. It's these 2. But can you tell why? I couldn't. I've even called the fabricator of those.
Why do your 8-into-1 headers sound so special?
It's the sequential firing sequence. Most people don't do that.
No, it's really only the ones he built. After 9 years of reading up on engine design, music theory and lots of trial and error, I was completely stuck. I didn't even know what to look for anymore, and I didn't know who to ask. The people that figured it out don't talk about it.
Why am I here tonight talking to you about engines? Well, the simple answer is because the engine guys never talk to anyone.
In 9 years this was the first time I had nothing left to try. Until I remembered this one question the fabricator asked me over the phone.
How many times did you
Suddenly, everything made sense. It was the last piece of the puzzle I was missing to discover how F1 sound is truly made. I've discovered a secret.
What to do with secrets? If you find a secret, you face a choice. Do you tell anyone, or do you keep it to yourself? It's rarely a good idea to tell everybody everything that you know.
It's these steps. Every time a pressure wave passes by these steps, it splits in 2. It increases the amount of pressure waves to a number far beyond what usually comes out of the cylinders. And when these split up pressure waves arrive at the collector, they get multiplied again. In addition, gradual changes in exhaust size like you find in collectors, X-pipes or cones will stretch out the spike of the pressure wave into something more like a sine wave, like you find in a music instrument. Formula 1 teams started using stepped headers in '98. The two 8-into-1 headers used them too. The fabricator of those 8-into-1 headers learned his craft in the '70s. He knew about the power benefits of long tube stepped headers for ages before F1 engineers started using them. He always stepped them up, but in an uneven firing crossplane V8 with regular headers, you won't get that musical sound. This can only be unlocked in combination with cheat code headers that space out the cylinder firing sequence evenly. Even the sound of the Formula 1 V12s is based on the same physics principle, but it's applied in a slightly different way. But let's be real, for over a decade now the FIA has shown no intention to bring those screaming engines back. They just don't care. But I do. And I'm tired of waiting for the FIA to change their mind, but with the right knowledge, the tools available today and passionate people all around the world, I think we can make that happen without them, but I can't do it without your support. Thank you.
When you share your secret, the recipient becomes a fellow conspirator.